not been on here as often as I want to be, but you know what? I have been busy making these freaking products. When I tell you this business venture is flourishing more than I expected, like literally more than I expected. I came out with my eczema, my body butter for eczema, people with super dry skin, skin that's cracking, mainly eczema. And I sold 24 jars in a week. Okay, this is without my website. Like, I've been so busy selling these products outside of my website and at pop up shops, things like that, that I haven't even posted my website, which is bad. But at the same time, I've gave out so many business cards at these pop up shops. I'm still having people coming through on my website. So thank God for business cards, okay? But I have been so busy creating these butters that it has actually opened up a great opportunity for me that I am not going to speak on yet because I'm still trying to figure out if I want to do it. But I will tell you that this is probably one of the best moves I could have made. I was trying to figure out which way I wanted to go. I am a talented person and I've been in many different lanes in the beauty industry. When I tell you I specialize in healthy hair, I was the crochet hair included girl. I've always sold hair. Not always, but I say for the last 4 or 5 years, I've sold hair. I ended up doing henna brows. I done taught henna brow classes. Honey, I didn't have my own suite. I didn't work in salons. I done said forget all of it. Now I'm making hair products. I done did hair shows. Like, I done been in a lot of different lanes. At one point, I thought I wanted to do facials. You feel what I'm saying? When it comes to being in cosmetology school, you learn so much of different things to do that sometimes it's hard to narrow things down. Now, color was something that I always stuck with since high school. That was one of the things that I got popular for or whatever. But I ended up getting into making these hair products because when I had my son, I couldn't run to my suite like people expected me to. Like, I couldn't just open up my calendar in my booking app and be like, y'all free to book. Because I didn't have no guaranteed babysitters. You feel what I'm saying? So I decided to let my suite go. Ended up being pointless once I had him. I was not going to have him unsafely crawling around while I'm doing her. You know, I was in a nice size suite, but it don't matter. It's plugs, it's equipment, it's too many things that a child can hurt themselves on, and they need to be tended to. So it is what it is. I let my suite go. I decided to go ahead and start doing these pop-up shops, and I started off making hair butter. Now my hair butter went up expeditiously. Like, it went up very, very well. People love it. It hydrates the hair. My products are mainly for African American hair, but I am learning that my products are working in other hair types, which is great. So I started off with a shavy hair butter. And then I started off with a growth oil that was doing very good. And then I moved on to a super herb infused growth oil. Then I moved on to body butters. And now I am on my way adding, I have so many products to add to this. I'm going to be making herb infused conditioner. Now, all my stuff, nothing has chemicals in it. I see a lot of people that are coming out with these all organic, chemical free hair and skincare lines, and they are not all chemical free. You got to look at what's in these people's stuff, okay, before you buying it. Another thing is people are not using authentic oils and butters. That is another thing, okay? Especially shea butter. It is hard to come across authentic shea butter, okay? A lot of these butters are infused with other stuff and people don't know it. Like, people are buying aloe vera butter. First of all, aloe vera does not even create a butter. It's a gel, okay? They can turn it liquid, but not into a butter. There's no such thing as aloe vera butter. I had to look into exactly what aloe vera butter was. And what it is they're taking shea butter, mango butters, murmur, but whatever kind of butter they decide to use, and they are just infusing it with the aloe vera, but it's not straight aloe vera, so you gotta really watch it. Another thing I'm seeing is people are selling products with no labels. No labels, which throws me because what if somebody's allergic to something? Like I have almond oil in my products. There is a lot of people that have nut allergies that cannot use almond oil. So just imagine if my product does not have the correct stuff on the label. You feel what I'm saying? So I moved into that and now I've been doing a lot of pop up shops. I actually found a place that I do almost every Saturday that I really, really love because if you know anything about making butters, then you know that that shit will melt. That shit will melt. When I tell you I did a pop up shop and all my product melted, I was hot. Okay, my cousin that was there ended up having a little deep freezer, a little ice freezer thing. What do you call it? A cooler. So I ended up being good on everything, but it was a super headache. But it's going really, really like it's going quick and it's going good. I'm actually about to drop two fragrances. I have stuck with fruity fragrances. I have pearberry, mango, strawberry. At this moment, they have been selling out. I'm adding peach. I'm adding some vanilla scented fragrances because I listen to my customers and I have been getting requests. Everybody does not like fruity like I do. So I'm going to expand my fruity line because I sell a lot of them, but I am going to be going ahead and adding some fragrances for the men, fragrances for just everybody. Everybody. Actually, I have some butter that I need to be making now. Okay. And we about to get to that because yeah, I got stuff to do. What's up, y'all? What's up though? Today is actually restock day for me. It is time for me to restock everything because I have an event coming up. Lord, look at my sprayer getting stuck. Yeah, but it moved me into making body butters and now I'm ready to just go ahead and expand this. If anybody knows anything about me, I think big. I don't never think small. Gotta clean this butter out of this. I hardly ever go live unless I'm making butters. I never really go live on no social media, honestly. But how y'all doing today? Like I said, it's restock day. I'm restocking all my products. And oh, my sprayer keeps getting stuck. Like stuck. It's the second sprayer we done bought and it just keeps getting stuck to where I can let go of the handle and it's still spraying. Like what's up with that? Ooh, it's hot. I use really, really extremely hot water when I'm cleaning the stuff that I use for my butters. I use soap as well, but sometimes you gotta really melt those butters off of it. Basically, I sterilize everything. Like I'll wash it, and then you know, I'm big with barbicide and, you know, boiling items and stuff like that to make sure that it is all the way sanitized and clean. Because I have been making butters all morning. I'm actually going to order me a giant chef bowl. It's like 75. It's a really, really big metal bowl that I will be using to make my butters in. It's like a cake bowl, what they use, but I'm going to be using it for body butters. I'm honestly thinking about going ahead and starting trying to host some classes for body butters because so many people have so many questions, and I think it's because I grew my business so quickly. But I try to explain to people all the time that I'm a hairstylist, so I already kind of got my name out there. So when it comes to me selling products and different things, sometimes it is a little easier for me to market. So I don't like to give nobody no guarantees. And I'm not giving away my formula. So, I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Now, I'm trying to figure out. I have a body butter fragrance that I am calling Coconut Vanilla Dream. Okay, it smells so good and so fresh. And I'm trying to go for this fresh, smell good smell because one of my best fragrances is Pearberry. And it's a really fresh scent. Like, it's so nice that even men buy it, okay? Men buy it, women buy it, the kids like it. Everybody loves it, okay? So, today we are going for a fresher one. Hold up, y'all. Make sure this is dry. I hardly can ever go live. When I tell you, my toddler don't let me do nothing. For real, like, I be so tempted to call my mother-in-law, like, you want your grandchild? But I just keep him with me for the most part, unless I have to work where I can't have him anyway. But if I can have him with me, he's usually with me. Okay, so we about to get started on this butter. Now, like I said, I'm kind of confused. I don't know which one I want to make first. I guess it really doesn't matter. I'm actually introducing peach as well. So, you know what? I might just go ahead and get started with this peach. I already got some strawberries made. I got about 5 pounds of shea butter and mango butter left. Like I said, if you decide to make body butters, make sure you are getting your butters from the correct place because a lot of people are selling these butters and they are not actually coming from Africa and Ghana. That stuff is not made in the United States, okay? It is. I am going to make a video, giving some pointers on where you can get your butters and know that they are legit. Because it's just way too many scams out here. I can't never find anything, okay? When I tell you disorganized, I lose stuff constantly. I can't find my little scooper. It's this one. Okay, so y'all are gonna see how these butters look from start to finish. Like, I usually try to let my butter solidify a little more. Solidifying is I guess you would call it the cool down phase for the butters. Scoop all of this out. And y'all gonna see this process of how these body butters start off looking and how they end up looking, okay? Because texture matters. Texture matters a whole lot. And if you leave your butters in the refrigerator or the freezer or in the ice bath too long, however you decide to make them, honey, your butters, you're going to have to start from scratch. They're going to be gritty and grimy. And nobody like, who wants to be sitting there making butters for 2 hours because you have to whip it to death? Like, that's what happens. So we're going to get this started. And it is time to make butters. Let me turn my brightness up. Okay. Now this is how it starts off. Nasty, right? This is how it starts off, okay? But as you whip it, the texture changes. Okay, hold on, y'all. I gotta switch hands. I always try to start off with this hand holding the camera, and it never works. Like, I don't know which hand I'm supposed to use. this for a while. I am gonna let it solidify a tad bit more. Just because as it cools down, it gets fluffier. My butter is emulsified, which helps with the fluffiness. But like I said, I don't leave mine in until it's brick hard. And I think that is a big thing where I used to mess up on making my butters is I used to leave it in the refrigerator for like I'm telling you, sometimes like I would forget about it and my stuff would be so hard I would have to start over. Now my bowl has these little ridges in it where the butter likes to get stuck and try to solidify. So that's why you see me doing this and making a loud noise. I have to get those butters off the edges. Y'all see the texture changing? Now I have not added much oil to this yet. Now, I do add oil during the heating phase, but I also like to add oils during the cool down phase. So, yeah. said, I am going to go ahead and add some oil to this because it's going to need some oil. I am going to take a little break from this because, like I said, as it solidifies, it thickens up and it fluffs up. And the last thing you want to do is put it in your jars too early. You want your stuff to all the way thicken up. So, hold on. Got my oils in there. And now I am going to get my fragrances and chat with y'all while that solidifies a little more. You know what? I've talked about this before, but follow your heart. Follow where God tells you to go. Follow your heart. Follow where your mind and your body is comfortable and where it's saying that you need to be. When I tell you, people discouraged me so much when I started making. Look at my wig. People try to discourage me so much when I started making these products. When I decided to let my sweet go, people discouraged me. They just knew something was wrong, like I couldn't pay for my sweet or something. No, I decided to let it go because God was telling me to do something different, okay? And because I decided to do something different, I have now entered in another lucrative part of the beauty industry because I didn't listen. Like when it comes to making hair products, I'm gonna tell you the first negative things people will say. Are you sure people gonna try stuff in their hair and on their skin? You know, people be serious about what's in their hair and their skin. Baby, people have been using my products and trying my products. I ain't gave out a million free samples. I ain't none of it, okay? Like, God's really working through my products, okay? Like, people had a lot of negativity to say. And the whole thing about whatever you decide to do with your life is it's your life. Nobody actually knows your destiny. Nobody knows where you're supposed to be. Nobody knows how to put you in the right place at the right time. Like nobody knows your future. Nobody knows the ending. Nobody knows what you are supposed to do in life. So when it comes to listening to people, sometimes you just can't. Like sometimes God will separate you from everybody so you can clear your mind and only listen to him because you are so busy listening to so many people's opinions, okay? If everybody don't know what's going on in your life or where you're supposed to be in life, if everybody ain't God, baby, then you cannot trust all their opinions. You cannot use their opinions as far as where you're going to go in life, okay? And I learned that real quick because I did not let people discourage me. Like, people are very discouraging. And sometimes people are discouraging because it failed for them, or because they don't feel like they could do it the way that it should be done. You know, people will discourage you for their own personal reasons, and that's why I speak a lot about making sure you watch who you are taking advice from, because everybody's advice is not coming from a good place. Some people are not in a good place in life. Some people have had bad experiences. Some people feed off those negative experiences. So people are going to shut down what you're trying to do. Sometimes people try different business ventures or different ways of doing things in life, and it fails for them. So they'll go around telling everybody else it's going to fail for them too, and that is not so. So you got to watch who you're getting advice from, where it's coming from, the type of people you're getting it from. And honey, that's why I say talk to God. Talk to God and let him lead you, because sometimes you really just never know. Like, you never know people's motive when it comes to giving you advice. Somebody's motive when they're giving you advice matters a whole lot. Because if they are in a bad, sad place where they don't want to see nobody win, and that's who you getting advice from, bruh, you are going to be discouraged, feelings hurt, and lost in the sauce, okay? Who got time for that? So talk to God. That's all I know to say, okay? Meanwhile, I need to figure out, because I'm supposed to be going to the dentist. Let me tell y'all what happened to me at the dentist. First of all, I cried at the dentist office for the first time at 34 years old, okay? I'm going to catch y'all up with some stuff that's been going on while his body butter solidifying, okay? I went in for a root canal. Now, check one, too. I have not got many teeth pulled. But I did go and get this one pulled. And when I got this one pulled, it aggravated a cavity that was up there that I didn't even know was up there. Okay, so basically, after I got this pulled, I swear I thought I had dry socket. I could have swore I had dry socket. I was crying like it would not stop hurting with medicine or nothing. So then I ended up going back to the dentist, and they're like, you don't have dry socket. That aggravated that. And I'm just like, what? So at this point, I done went to the dentist. He done numbed me. They done stuck me 3-4 times, okay? Now, you know how they leave you for like 20 minutes to make sure that the numbing medicine works? He comes back like 25-30 minutes later. I'm looking at him like, bro, my mouth ain't numb. Like, my gums are numb. The roof of my mouth is numb. Everything is numb. But that tooth is hurting more, and it's making those teeth hurt. Oh my goodness. The dentist appointment went downhill from there, okay? I was already scared to death when I realized that I was not numb, okay? That my tooth was not numb, that he actually had to drill through. So he's like, bear with me. I'm going to have to still drill through your tooth to clean it out and cleaning it out and stuff. I'm just like, what? So she puts the glasses over my face. You know the glasses they put over your face when you're going to drill so don't let get in your eyes or whatever. So I'm just sitting there. When I tell you my anxiety then shot from nigga 2 to 20, because I'm just like, I'm not numb. So he's like, bear with me. You might feel a little bit of this. He grabbed the drill. Now, remind you, my tooth is not numb. So he's drilling in my mouth. And while he's drilling in my mouth, I'm just sitting there like, wow. You feel what I'm saying? I feel everything because my tooth is not numb. So he drills a hole in my tooth. Now, at this point, I'm crying. The lady beside me sees me crying. The dentist sees me crying. I'm just like, oh my God, this is crazy. This is absolutely nuts. But he's like, no matter where I send you, this is what I'm going to have to do. And the root canal be a breeze when you come back. So I'm crying. Like I'm moaning. Like I'm crying and shit. So now he grabs this big, needle, and he's like, I'm going to have to stick it up in your gum. I'm looking at him like I am not numb. So he's like, I don't know if you're going to feel this tonight. I'm really crying at this point. I'm crying. I'm shaking. You know how the dentist say, don't have your hands up. At this point, my hands I'm locked like this. Like, I'm trying not to steal you, bro, but this shit hurts, and I told you I'm not numb. So he sticks the needle in there. Oh, my gosh. When I tell you I felt everything. Like my feet was sliding off the little dentist bed. It was going back. I was moaning. He's just like, you're not going to be able to take the rest of this. No shit. You was going to try to do the whole root canal with me not numb? No, he kept saying your tooth is angry, it's very angry. What happened was I waited to go back to the dentist, so my tooth got infected. So when it came time to do the root canal, if your tooth is infected, the numbing medicine may not work, okay? So he sticks the syringe up there. Then he sticks something else up there to clean it. Oh my gosh. I thought I was about to die, y'all. Like, I'm 34 years old. I have never been nervous, nor have I ever cried at the dentist office. When I tell y'all my attitude was so bad when it got done, first of all, I was impatient. They took about 30 minutes to rebook my appointment. I'm sitting there traumatized, okay? I still feel like crying, okay? So at this point, I done walked out the dentist. When I tell you I slammed the door, doom. Didn't even mean to slam the dentist door. That's how bad of an attitude I had because I was traumatized. The man stuck a needle all the way up here. It felt like up here with me not being numb. I didn't even think I could take nothing like that, okay? Now I heard about when people's in a penitentiary, they don't numb their mouth and all of that. My daddy was in a penitentiary. He said he got 3 teeth pulled in a penitentiary and they did not numb him. Nigga, how? How did you survive that? Because I'm telling you, I was crying. I was crying when he turned the drill on and told me he didn't know if I was going to feel it or not. Like, if the dentist is telling me you don't know if I'm going to feel it or not, man, it's just real. You dead serious. You know what I'm saying? So that was probably the worst experience I had. So for a couple days, I was not on YouTube, mainly because my mouth was sore as shit. Like, I was hurt, okay? And it reminded me of the time that this last baby I had, okay? Now, when I was pregnant with him, I had caught COVID twice. Okay, COVID was just really bad. The kids was bringing it home from school, stuff like that. So I had caught COVID twice. Okay, so during my pregnancy, I ended up catching COVID at the end. And by me having COVID at the end of my pregnancy, what it did was it made me go into labor early. So I'm trying to figure out why I'm in all these pains. It's because I'm going into labor early. So when I get to the hospital, because I have COVID, they do not want to keep me if they cannot have me in a certain place. So they send me home. I suffer for hours. Everybody know that story. If you done had kids having contractions at home, they send you home. You just go home and suffer till it's time, okay? By the time I got back to the hospital, I was 5 centimeters, okay? So I thugged it the out, okay? So when I was at the hospital, this is where it reminds me of the dentist. What just happened, okay? When they try to give me my epidural, they let me know that because I had COVID, that the epidural might not work. So I'm like, what? Because I had an epidural with my other son, so I didn't feel any of that. Okay, I prayed about it. I'm like, God, please let this epidural work. Who really wants to go through that pain unless you intend on having your baby natural? Man, that man came in about 45 minutes after that epidural touched my leg and I felt it. I knew it. I knew I was a goner. I knew it was over for me. You feel what I'm saying? That's the same way I felt at the dentist when he drilled through my tooth, knowing it was not numb, okay? So when I had my baby, like, no lie, I literally stopped in the middle of pushing and was like, can you take him out of me? Because, like, I felt at least half of it. I felt 50%. I say I'm lucky because I didn't have to have a full natural birth, but oh my God. And then my body kept shaking. Like, I felt like I was going into a seizure. I could hardly hold my baby afterwards. I could hardly drink water or eat ice because I was shaking that freaking bad because my body was just freaking traumatized. It's the same thing that happened at the dentist when he drilled my tooth without me being numb. I was shaking because I was freaking traumatized. So this is twice in my life that I've been through having to have some kind of crazy procedure and I'm not all the way numb, okay? I'm a whole gangster out here at this point, okay? I'm a whole gangster. What I do, I want to do it again? No. This is my thing. I don't know if they really had to drill through my tooth with me not being numb or not. But what I do know is, why couldn't y'all have just gave me the antibiotics y'all gave me and sent me home? Like, y'all put me through hell. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to go back, but I know I got to because, you know, the way stuff works, I don't know if it's in everybody's city, but since COVID, this way stuff has been working is when you book an appointment, they draw it out 3-4 months trying to get you an appointment, okay? And I don't really have time for that. So let's get back. We best to get back to these body butters, okay? We best to get back to the body butters. I'm trying not to wake my baby up, y'all. I won't be making nobody's body butters, okay? So we are gonna do peach. This is called Peaches and Cream. And it is by a company that I really, really love. Now, every company, their body butter fragrances are not good. Like, all their fragrances are not like really fragrant, like strong. And I like strong smells. See, this is very strong. I usually end up taking the lid off and just pour it in there because it don't be coming out enough. But we're about to get back to this, okay? Now I am gonna add some more fragrance to this. Like I can smell it, but I like to smell it, baby. Okay. It's a certain amount of drops per, you know, whatever backside that you use, Okay, so I forgot my color. Now I'm trying to figure out what color that I want to use for peach. Of course, orange, but it's got to be a certain orange because I already have mango body butter that I've released, which is already a bright orange. I really feel like this still needs to solidify a little more, so I just may do that. Let me see. What colors am I going to put together for this peachy goodness? Okay. Now, peach, you know what? I have a royal gold color that I have never used. And I might put a hint of orange in it. I think that's what I'm going to do. Put a hint of orange in it. So we about to mix up this custom color for my peach, which means I'm going to have to go back and order these colors because I'm going to be out of them. These packs are little. This was actually the first set that I bought just to try out the coloring that I was going to use for my body butter. So, yeah, we going to mix. We're going to mix a little bit of this and a little bit of that. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Okay. Oh, did I put too much? This is like a bronze color. Bronze. Damn it, I thought it was going to be more yellow. But it's not, but we still gonna put a hint of orange in there because it's peach. And we're gonna see. I'm gonna be so pissed if it turns brown. I don't know what color it is. It ain't no peach. Oh, it is looking a little peachy. Okay. Looking a little peachy. We are gonna add more orange to this because this is honestly like kind of. I'm not real big on whatever color this just came out. Okay, it is giving a little more peach in person. Like, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at the color. I'm not. It's a little pinkish orangish, but I'm not mad at the color though. I'm gonna let that solidify just a little more while I chat with y'all. Because it definitely needs to be solidified a little more. Yes, I look a mess today. Don't judge me. So what y'all think about Betty's Caribbean coming back? You know what? It's funny. I was just seeing where, Megan Thee Stallion and Glow have that song and they've been doing these twerk videos to him or whatever. And I guess Megan Thee Stallion called out Scotty, but had DM Natalie too. So when Scotty made her video and killed the game, all of a sudden they was mad at Natalie like she tried to outshine Scotty. But you know what? I do not put it past Natalie to try to outshine Scotty. Like, I don't know what y'all surprised about. That's supposed to be her friend. She didn't try to beat up 2, 3 times on the show. She didn't embarrass the girl. She didn't. Girl talked about her, talked bad about her, called her broke. I mean, shit, they not friends in my opinion. But you know what? I'm about to get up off her because my phone is about to die. I've been on her for 52 minutes, y'all. I think I did good today. But I love y'all. Be sure to subscribe.